Hey everybody, so today I'm going to go through a haul that I did. I usually go thrifting every Saturday morning. I dedicate about 3 hours to um, scouring the local thrift shops because they have 50% off on Saturday. So it's most of the store, which is like 90% of everything in the store, is 50% off. So and the colors that they do change every week, so it's always different. Whatever you think you're gonna go get. Sometimes if I have free time, which I usually don't, I'll go before the weekend and I'll scout out some things. Or if I know a store has something that I particularly want, I might go there first just to grab it. But I'm gonna go through what I got this week. This is my haul right here, and I'll go through some items that I look for every week because they're bread and butter items. They're items that sell fast. They're items that sell for a consistent price. And when I see them, I know to just grab them because they're gonna guaranteed to sell. So I'll show you the whole haul here. We have everything that you see here, up to the Batman figure, all these controllers and everything. And I went to 6 stores and I spent $153.77. So we have thrift stores out here called ARC, and the ARC thrift stores are very similar to Salvation Army. When I lived in Florida, they had Salvation Army down there, which would do the same thing. They would run a 50% off day on some stuff. But I'll show you some of the stuff that we got. And I also went to a Goodwill outlet store, which is basically you pay by the pound. So I'll show you some of the cool stuff that we got. So without further ado, let's hop right in here. First thing I would like to talk about is, as you can see, there's a lot of video games and video game paraphernalia here. These sell really well. They sell really fast. We'll go through them all. Another bread and butter item is ink cartridges. We'll go through the pricing of them and how I know whether to buy them or not. But ink is definitely something that's a nice bread and butter item. Video games, PC games, no matter what they are, as long as they're not sports titles, they're pretty much going to sell, and some of them demand a higher price than others. And a lot of the people who work at the stores, they really won't know how to price games. They won't know the difference between something that's rare. Like, I know for a fact, like, let's see, this one right here, this is Wii Fit or Wii Music, or wait, it wasn't this one, it was the Wii Fit one. Wii Fit on the inside had Wii Sports. Now, Wii Sports is a $20 disc, you know what I'm saying, but it was in a Wii Fit box, you know what I'm saying, and I paid half price, so that's $1.50. So that's a good haul right there, just for that one disc. So when you're buying games, always make sure you look inside the cases, because you never know what's inside. A lot of times I've grabbed a case and I thought the game was in there and the game wasn't in there. Or you get something like this, like Age of Empires. This is a good example. There's multiple discs. So make sure that if you're buying games, make sure that you know how many discs come in the set, and make sure that it has everything that you need. This has the manuals. This even has the original sticker that the guy peeled off or the girl peeled off when they originally bought this. So, and as you can see, it's in great condition. $3.99, but I paid half price, so I paid $2 for it. $2 for Age of Empires 3, pretty good. But let's keep going through some of the things. VHS. I'm a VHS collector. I have a large VHS collection, so I do pick up some titles for myself, but most of these are for resale. Yeah, a lot of these are for resale, actually, now that I'm looking at them. Like, I'll probably keep Glory Days, the animated Lord of the Rings. I'll keep Psycho, probably the Caddyshack special edition vintage one. Probably keep DuckTales, but everything else will be sold for resale. Full Metal Jacket, that's a good seller. So let's go through some of this stuff. So when I do purchase, sometimes I'll purchase sealed medical products, and a lot of the time medical instruments or medical products sell pretty fast. These are sealed syringes. These are oral syringes for dosing. And these are actual needles. You can see these are 3 ml needles. They actually have the lure cap and everything. So these things sell really fast, especially like oxygen lines or anything that's a consumable medical product is going to sell fast. And if you can find them sealed like this, grab them. I got these 2 items, I got these at the Goodwill outlet store, so it was weighed by the pound. But yeah, so let's go through some of the stuff here. I got an electronic playground, which comes with the manual. Now, these sell pretty well. I sell these for about $50 a piece. I got this at the Goodwill Outlet store. Probably paid $1.50 for it because of its weight. It's not too heavy, but it's got some weight to it. And the manual, of course, is a little thick, and it's got some weight to it as well. So the manual with the electronic playground, probably about $1.52, I'd say, is what I originally paid for it. Books, not too big in the books. Sometimes I buy them, sometimes I don't. L. Ron Hubbard, obviously, as you can see, Scientology books or any L. Ron Hubbard books usually sell pretty good. They didn't sell too good during the mid-2000s, but now they're actually selling pretty good. And I grabbed this one, but I get books 6 for $1 too. So I have a thrift store that I source all my VHS from and all my books. And I get VHS 4 for $1, books are 6 for $1. So this, somebody at one point thought it was worth $18. It says out of print on it. It's an Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom book. It's got, live action scenes from the movie, commentary, explanations of scenes. Real nice. I mean, this will definitely sell. So a book like this, unless there's already people out there selling them and the market's saturated, then I'd probably buy it now. But since this is something that's a little bit older and there's not a lot of people selling them, I'll probably do this on an auction. So usually things that are limited in regards to release, I'll do auction. So let's check this out. Let's go to the next item. This is going to be a Goodwill outlet haul find. Let's get this open here. So this is a tackle box full of beads. So when I saw this, I was like, oh man, this is definitely going to be something that somebody will buy. Now, you might say, well, this is really heavy. I mean, you're going to lose a lot of money on shipping. Depending on what this sells for, I'll probably end up selling this with priority mail shipping. So I'll just slide this. If it fits the chips type of thing, this is going to fit. I'll wrap this in bubble wrap, and then I'll just slide this into a priority mail padded envelope. But, it's got a lot of materials here for beading. A lot of people like crafting, and these beads are expensive. I imagine that each one of these compartments probably was a packet of beads, and each packet was probably a couple dollars. So people do see value in these things. And just because you see it as weight and you're at a Goodwill outlet store and you're paying by weight doesn't mean that this is going to be something that's you should look past. I notice a lot of the times at Goodwill outlet stores, a lot of people don't know what they're looking for. They're shopping for clothes. They're looking for clothes, shoes, whatever they're looking for. They're not grabbing the stuff that actually makes a lot of money. But a lot of the crowds that go to the Goodwill outlet store by me, they're basically shipping clothes to either Africa or Mexico. So a lot of them are in there all day. It's 8 to 8. They'll be in there all day. They'll be getting cartfuls of stuff and hauling it out to their car. And when they're in the middle of doing bin runs, and they'll be basically filling up a shipping container and then shipping it either overseas or down to Mexico. So that's a lot of the clientele that are over at my particular Goodwill outlet store is really looking for clothes. So a lot of stuff gets looked beyond, like this Yahtzee game. I mean, there's Yahtzee in the box. I paid $1 for that. I mean, it weighs nothing. It's got 5 dice in it, a cup, and a couple tokens, and a score sheet. So Yahtzee in the box, I mean, something like that. No one's really looking at that. I mean, it's pretty pristine condition. But yeah, when I come up on an item that was a Goodwill outlet haul, I'll let you know. But for the most part, most of this stuff I got from ARC. So like these Wii remotes, these Wii remote wheels for Mario Kart or any other game that uses the wheels, I paid 99 cents, half off, 50 cents a wheel. So I got these, and these are authentic wheels too. You also got to look when you're buying stuff that's video game related, make sure it's got the Nintendo seal of quality on it, that it's actually genuine Wii, because you'll pick up something that's generic and it's not going to hold the same value as you would think when you're looking at something that's authentic and it's Nintendo. It's got the Wii brand, it's got Nintendo on the wheel. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. So 50 cents a wheel, you can't beat that. For resale, that's awesome, especially if you have 2 wheels and a Mario Kart disc. You can pair them together and bundle those. That's a good deal too, 50 cents for those. So I got some Wii stands here. They're all marked 99 cents, but again, I paid half off, so 50 cents a stand. Pretty sweet. I got 5 of those. I picked up 5 of those. This was a Goodwill outlet haul find, so it's a sealed AirPlay FM transmitter for an iPod. This is a good thing to find at the outlet store, especially
if it's sealed in the box, you can't pass some of this stuff up, especially if you don't have time to scan each item. It's just easier to fill up a cart or fill up your basket with this stuff, and then in the downtime while they're swapping bins out, you can look this stuff up and scan everything and see what the haul price is on that from any retail source you want to sell to. So another thing that's another bread and butter item is sealed. Anything sealed, media wise, whether it's VHS, CDs, whatever it is, if it's sealed, these are cassette tapes. If it's sealed, you can send this over to Amazon FBA, or you can just sell these as a bundle on eBay if you'd like. So this is another Goodwill outlet haul find right there. Let's go down here and let's check out this stuff. I got this Activision gun. This is a Wii gun for it's Cabela's, so it's probably for Cabela's, the shootout games where you do Cabela's real-time hunting, and it holds the nunchuck in there, and then it's got the joystick right there. It's where you'd put the Wiimote right there. So and actually this, funny as it is, this actually came with this Wiimote in it. So whoever was sourcing through these bins, they just skipped right past this because this was lumped in with a bunch of Nerf guns. Now the Nerf guns aren't going to yield as good of a price as a Cabela's gun, even with the nunchuck in it. So people looked this over, they just thought it was probably a Nerf gun or a toy gun, but me being someone who collects video games, sells video games on the regular, sells electronics, I knew as soon as I saw this, I grabbed it. So here's some other things that I grabbed at the Arc, and then I'll show you some inconsistencies with the staff at the Arc. These are all Wii nunchucks. So I got 7 of them, I believe. We got 7 of them. I got 7. The 8th one came with the Cabela's gun. But as you can see, the prices on some of these, we got $4.99, $3.99, $2.99. So they're all priced differently. And I asked the lady at Arc, I said, why are these all priced differently? And she says, well, different people price these. So I guess there isn't a consistent pricing model for electronics, which is okay and not okay. It's okay because you get people who don't know what they're priced at to price it lower because they just think it's garbage or trash. But these are all Nintendo. These are official Nintendo nunchucks, which is great because those are going to demand the highest price in regards to the resale game. I mean, these are all, I can show you right here too. I mean, they have the Nintendo steel on there. They're a little dirty, but again, I clean everything with either alcohol, some kind of very light dish soap, or a magic eraser, and they look like brand new again. Even the cords clean up really well. So when I see something like this, I just grab them. Odds are they're going to work unless they were extremely damaged, but we test everything, we clean everything, so I'm not too concerned when I see something that's dirty like that, because that can get cleaned. But anyway, the inconsistency on the price on these, this is something that I see a lot, especially on electronics. But I ended up going to the manager and I was like, listen, I want to buy all 7 of these. Remote. I called them remotes, and I said, I'd like to pay the $3 price, which half of that would be $1.50 a remote. And she says, well, if you buy them all, you can have them for $1.50 or $1.50 a remote. So I bought them all, got them at $1.50 a remote. Resale on these, they're all Nintendo, except for this one. This one isn't Nintendo. This is some maybe Nyko or something. But yeah, this is the only non-Nintendo one. It doesn't have a brand on it, but. Yeah, all the other ones were all Nintendo, so it was nice to get those. Those will definitely sell, especially at $1.50 cost on those. That's really good. Something else that sells really well are the gels, the jellies. Now the jellies for the Wiimotes, you got to make sure you get ones that say Wii, and they also have the Nintendo seal down there. Do you see that? I know it's dirty. I got to clean these. Everything needs to get cleaned, but. When you go on a half off day and you get a jelly that's half of 69, and you're paying 35 cents for a jelly that you're probably going to sell for $6-7, that's a pretty good deal. So I mean, you can scoop up some money. And also I like when they do stuff like this. So I got this whole bag. This whole bag was $1.99, so $2 for the whole bag, but I paid half price. So I got, for $1, I got 4 jellies. So I paid actually cheaper for these in the bag than I did for this one, because this was 35 cents and these are $0.25 a piece. So I got 4 jellies in that bag. And then I got 4 more here, and they're all Nintendo brand. They're all Wii, as you can see right here. Nintendo Wii. And I made sure that all the jellies were Nintendo because I don't want to buy something that's not. Because you're not gonna get the same price for resale on these jellies if they're not Nintendo. You might, 10 years from now, in the year 2027, when all the kids who grew up and were 7 or 5 when the Wii came out and started playing the Wii. When they are, in their late 20s and they want to relive those memories, they might buy whatever they can get their hands on that's available, which could be Nyko or Reproduction or any type of third-party controller company. But for right now, if you want to resell these things, make sure they're Nintendo. Make sure they're the official Nintendo branded product. So let's move on. But yeah, the jellies sell really well. Those are fast movers. I got a Thrustmaster Ferrari gamepad controller for racing games. It came with a pedal system. This was $4. I got this at the ARC, so I paid $2 for it, which is great because like I said, sometimes they'll have a lot of these, as you'll notice, a lot of my electronics from the ARC have these pink stickers. So like last week, pink wasn't on sale. It was everything but pink. But this one I saw last week and I was like, oh, it's pink. It's $6. Do I want to get it? Do I not want to get it now? I waited till this week. They ended up putting it on sale, so I snatched it. Thrustmaster is a reputable name in joysticks and controllers for PC games, and they also make them for PS2 and Xbox as well. So we got that set. It comes with the pedal and the controller, so that's really cool. Official PlayStation controller, paid $1 for that. I got a wireless Nintendo GameCube controller. Again, make sure it's an official Nintendo controller. So it's the wireless. I think this is called the Wavebird. This would be your wireless Nintendo GameCube controller. So stuff like that. This was actually a Goodwill bulk bin find. I actually saw this in a closed bin, which is really nice to find those. Xbox 360 headset with the IR sensor right there. So got those at a Goodwill bin as well. Let's go over here. We got this power portal for Skylanders, and that is your power portal for your Xbox 360. These sell fairly well too, because Skylanders is still kind of a thing right now. Kids still like them, and $1 a piece. I paid for these. These are all Xbox, official Microsoft. These are all the AV cords. So I got 3 AV cords. I paid $1 a piece for them. Those are really awesome. I got the power packs for the Xbox 360. As you can see, they're $1.99. Half off that. I paid $1 a piece for the power packs. Especially when you get, I get a lot of times where I'll get consoles. I'll pick consoles up for a couple bucks. $3 to $4 for like an older Xbox or an Xbox 360 console, and they don't have any cables or controllers. So it's nice when you could pick these up for $1 each. I mean, when you can put a whole bundle together of an Xbox 360 or an Xbox original for under $6, that's pretty sweet. Especially the controllers, they're usually priced pretty low just because nobody really wants Xbox right now. They'll want Xbox in a few years. In about 5 to 8 years, they'll want Xbox again, the original Xbox, because they'll want to relive their childhood. But right now, nobody wants it, so they're giving them away for dirt, basically. Sometimes I'll pick up obscure items like this, which is a Toshiba diskette. This is a floppy drive that you can plug into any computer and have access to floppy drives to be able to save data. These are obscure because not a lot of people use floppy drives, but people who do use floppies or have old information on disks that they want to have access to and don't want to buy a tower computer to have access to those, or an older laptop that has a floppy drive, they'll buy that. And it's Toshiba. It's pretty good. It comes with the cord. It's a pretty good brand. I mean, it's got everything that you need to load floppies on any kind of computer that you have. This is another find at the Goodwill Outlet store. This is a P-Touch. This is a Brother Home and Hobby, just a little label maker. And these are really good too to pick up if you see those. Odds are they're probably going to work. I haven't had any issues with buying label makers or smaller electronics that are reputable brands that just don't work. But yeah, that's a P-Touch. And let's go through some of this other stuff too. Let's see before we go into the games. Well, actually, let's go through the games right now. So I picked up some of these popular titles that are definitely fast movers. Wii Fit games. If you got Wii Fit boards to pair them up with, and that's right now I'm sitting on about 12 Wii Fit boards. So whenever I see Wii Fit, if it's under $2 for the whole thing, the case and the disc, then I usually will grab them. But yeah, picked up some popular titles here. I don't deal with the Let's Dances. Sports titles don't sell well, but if you have actual Nintendo Wii sports titles like the Wii Fit, the Wii Move, EA Active. Those all sell well because those are different types of sports games. Those are interactive sports games, or like trainer games that people like to use. But these Wii Fit, these Wii games right here, definitely fast movers on all these, especially the Rock Bands and the Guitar Heroes, and SpongeBob's. PC games, love collecting PC games. I have a bunch of PC games already, but since I'm familiar with them, whenever I see one that I know is going to sell well, I'll grab it. So like I got Diablo 3. Let's see how much I paid for Diablo 3. $2.99. So I paid $1.50 for this, and it's in the box. Diablo 3. It's got all the literature in there. It's got everything tucked away in the pockets, and everything's in the box. Diablo 3. That's a good seller. It's a very popular game. Awesome game. Here's something that's good too that not a lot of people see. These sell rarely well. If you have any type of older Microsoft Office or any type of Microsoft in case, I mean, look at that. Look at that disc. It looks beautiful. It's got the product key in it. Still's got the manual. These sell really well because people who have older computers, maybe they want to get access to older files, or they want to set up an older Windows XP computer. They'll pick up older operating systems and older software because they want to have access to their older files without having to buy a computer and load it. They can just buy the software and load it up on their own. So always look for that type of software that's a little bit older, but it's got to have everything in the case, because no one's going to buy just the disc for a premium price. They want everything for that premium. Fear, another good game. Sith Lords, I got Knights of the Old Republic for Xbox right here. That's another good seller. Age of Empires, always a good. I even got a Sierra game here, as you can see. Fear, 2 copies of Age of Empires 3, just a good seller. What can I say? And then let's move into the bread and butter items, which are the computer ink, the printer ink. So these I pay 50 cents for. They're sealed in the package. These are what they call remanufactured or repurposed cartridges. So these have been like either refilled and they're being resold for cartridges, but 50 cents a piece. I mean, easily $6-7 making off each one of these. And then when you obviously can get the genuine Epson, there's some Epson cartridges right there, $2 a piece on those. Obviously they're marked at $4, but I paid half on those. Any HP products, what do we pay for these? $2 for these, $2 each on those. Again, any type of ink in the box is what you're going to want to get. If it's sealed, if it still has this like vacuum sealed look to it, like it hasn't been opened or this hasn't been purged, this is what you want to get, because you're going to get premium for these, at least $10 for those, $2 a piece, $3 in fees and shipping. You're looking at making $5 per cartridge on those Epson ones at a minimum, depending on how saturated the market is. But yeah, make sure you try to get ones that are sealed. You don't want one that's like an empty box, or a box that's been opened and then there's like a dead cartridge in there. A lot of times people will take out the new cartridge, put the old one in the box, and then store it in a drawer. Another thing that I love grabbing is Samsung memory. This is laptop memory. This is specifically for any type of laptop, and we're looking at 2 gig. We got a 2 gigabyte chip there and a 4 gigabyte chip there. So pretty sweet. Grab anything that you can see that's memory if it's sealed. This is an Ethernet controller. Yeah, this is a PCI card for desktop adapter. This is a PCI card for a desktop computer, which allows you to basically plug an Ethernet cord into your computer. Duracell batteries, you overlook those, but those I got them at the Goodwill Outlet store. It's a brand new pack of 4 Duracell AAAs. More RAM over there. 2 different prices, 2 different sizes. Again, RAM sealed. If it's priced adequately, then just grab it. I try to grab anything that's sealed like that, because that allows me to, especially if it's something like this, where it's something I could send to Amazon, or I could fetch a good price on eBay, then I'll definitely do that. And I want to show you what I got for $1. I got this Batman doll. I know it's the Ben Affleck Batman, but huge Batman doll, $1. I mean, the cape is really nice. Cape's in nice condition. The The figure itself hasn't been drawn on. There's no marks on it, so it's in pretty good shape. And for $1, you really can't beat this. This would be, again, something that I'd probably ship flat rate. I mean, it's something that I don't want it to cost more than it's worth. But even if it's something that I can't sell online, I'll just flip it on OfferUp, because OfferUp or Let Go, because somebody might pick this up. I paid $1 for it, but somebody might pick this up for their kid for $10. You know what I'm saying? I might put a $10 price tag on it and just move that Batman doll and make some kid happy. But yeah, VHS tapes, games, whatever you can find that's worth it, that's not clothes. That's really what I look for, is stuff that's not clothes to resell. I'd rather have Wii games sitting around and old PC games sitting around in the warehouse than to have to worry about storing clothes. Who wants a bunch of clothes sitting around? I mean, unless you're good at flipping clothes and you know what's good. Most people who I know who flip clothes, they have tons of it on hand. And I mean, I'm talking tons, like boxes full of it, racks full of it. Who wants that laying around? You know what I mean? Again, who wants syringes laying around either? But those will move fast, so I don't need to worry about those. But I'd rather have games and gaming supplies sitting around than to have clothes sitting around. So again, everything that you saw here, I picked all this up for $153. I'm gonna flip this for over $800 easily. I'll flip all the stuff and pull in at least $800 profit. Now that's net, that's profit, that's after fees, shipping, and everything that I need to do. And it's not a bad haul. I mean, I spent 3.5 hours today sourcing from 6 stores. 4 ARCs. I went to a Goodwill outlet store, and I went to a neighborhood thrift store to grab some VHSs and check out their book section. But I mean, that's not a bad 3.5 hours worth of work. And listing this stuff, I'll probably spend another 3 hours on it. So for the day, making $800 a day, that's not bad in profit to sell all this stuff. And it's stuff that people need anyway, and people use. I mean, official PlayStation controller, clean that up, bundle this with a console that I have, and that's a lot of things too. A lot of this stuff might not be sold individually, so like I'm not going to sell this by itself, because what am I going to get for this? You know what I mean? I might make, after shipping and everything, a couple bucks, but I have an original PlayStation that has no controllers, so I can bundle this with that. You know what I'm saying? And I get a lot of cords. Like I said, I get these cords. A lot of the times you'll find a lot of PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 cords that are mixed in with like VCR cords, and you might pay under $1 for them on half off day. And you can build these bundles and then sell them as a larger bundle. So again, like these cords, these Xbox power converters, and then all these Xbox cords, I'm going to bundle these with systems and consoles with controllers and probably a couple games, and I'll sell that as a bundle. But it's the point of getting these cheap enough that you're able to make bundles. So be on the lookout for those types of things. These are the things that I look out for. I like to collect this type of stuff to sell because I know about it. I know about games. I know about PC games. I know about movies. I know what things sell. Like I picked up a Ghost in the Shell over here, VHS. That's something that I know that'll definitely sell, and it'll sell for good money. Ghost in the Shell definitely sells. But yeah, these again, I'll show you another price discrepancy before we go. This was $1.99 on this one, which means I paid $1 for this. But if you can see, this one was $2.99. Okay, I asked the manager. I said, I'm gonna buy both these, but I want them both for the low price. I want to pay $1 a piece for them. So she honored that, and she gave me the second power adapter for the lower price. So I'll leave you with this last little tip. Again, when you're bundling things together, I always like to clean them out. Like I went in there one time and I bought like 6 Wii Fit boards, and I was like, I want to pay $2 a piece for these boards because you got the lowest price on these is $2. I don't want to pay that. But yeah, when you bundle things up like this and you have something that's like $2.99 or $3.99 and you want them all for the lower price, say, listen, I want them all, but I want them all for the lower price, and I'll buy them all if you change them all for me. And a lot of the times they'll say yes, they'll honor that for you because you're going to be buying a lot of stuff at their particular location. So yeah, be on the lookout for the types of stuff that I was talking about. You know, ink cartridges are really fast sellers. I mean, if you have the time to sit down and scan books, then like by all means go through the book sections of your local thrift store or your local, you know, Goodwill or Salvation Army or ARC store. But I don't want to sit there and load up my cart and then sit in the corner and scan everything. You know what I'm saying? I have been doing this long enough. Over 10 years I've been doing this, flipping stuff at thrift stores, buying stuff, and then flipping it on eBay. So for me, I know what I'm looking for. I don't need to go out and reinvent the wheel here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm also not out. I'm not sitting in a store, Googling something or looking something up on eBay to see what the current market price is or the previous sales prices on something. I'm not sitting there scanning stuff. I just don't have the time to do that because I got other stuff that I do, and I do this as a hobby and as a side hustle to, stay in the game and stay affluent with what's going on in regards to people's consumer habits. So, but yeah, know what you're going after. Bread and butter is always going to be ink cartridges and anything that's going to be sealed. So, this is the first of many haul videos that I'm going to do. I usually do every Saturday. I'll do a haul, so I'll try to record a video every Saturday with my haul. I tend to usually go to the Goodwill outlet last because it's a madhouse in there, and I like to hit up all the thrift stores that are doing half off day because I'd rather get that stuff first, and then it pretty much hits all my bases for my thrift sourcing. So usually once a week I'll probably put out a video. Usually once a week I usually hit all my locations in one day, and once in a while I'll go throughout the week. So but yeah, again, this is the first of many. I'll do another haul video next week, and I'll show you what I ended up getting at the store next week. But yeah, I won't do any follow-ups on this stuff because, again, a lot of this stuff will get sold as bundles, and some of this stuff is stuff that I'll sell individually, or things that I like. Sometimes I'll get a Wii console without one of these, so these will get bundled. So I won't do a follow-up on any sales on this stuff, but I know what the average sale price is on these things. So when I see them in the store, I grab it if I know I'm going to make a certain margin. So, but yeah, if you flip and you know what you're looking at here, you know exactly what I got in value here. So, $153.77 got me everything, and I'm gonna get at least $800 for everything, and that's clear. So that'll be profit on all this. So, yeah. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more content like this, subscribe to this channel. And along with my other review videos that I do, I'll be doing these haul videos from the thrift store because I really like letting people know what actually is out there and what they're missing out on by not going to these thrift stores and picking things up. I'm not really worried about competition because, again, everyone's there looking at the same stuff that I am, but I'm the one that's buying this stuff and no one else is buying this stuff. So but then again, everyone's looking for clothes, so that's a great distraction that everyone's looking for clothes while I'm over here scooping up everything else. So have a great rest of your day.